There are some eye-watering statistics about energy usage. I saw one, Martin and I were talking about. Those data centres could consume the energy equivalent to Japan at some point. Is clean energy still part of the solution? And how are you threading that needle?
Look, clean energy is integral, and that's why our firm is focused on both of those themes: renewable energy and energy transition, as well as the digital transformation. And when we work with hyperscalers and other clients who are looking for data centers, their number one criterion, other than high-quality data center, is renewable energy and green data centers. All of the big hyperscalers are focused on this, and that's why we feel actually harmonizing those two themes, having the capabilities on the green energy side and the data center side, is so crucial. And again, this is a long-term trend. That's the demand for all data center providers, because they realize the importance of the energy consumption of the data centers.
Where are the most compelling opportunities in this region? And in our observations, Malaysia stands out. Is that where you want to be positioning?
In terms of data centers, that is one of our focus areas. So we ourselves are currently developing about a 120 megawatt data center just across the border in JB. And what's interesting in Malaysia is that it's partially to service the demand in Singapore as a major economy, but actually Malaysia has also been identified as one of the areas where hyperscalers are thinking about machine learning and using data centers for broader uses besides just sort of domestic regional use. So Malaysia is a key area, but we're also looking in India and throughout Asia. Asia is our largest investment destination now as a firm.
Data centers, infrastructure, from an investment point of view, right? It's always been pretty hard to make a buck in infrastructure, right? Are data centers any different, especially today? That's one thing. And two, in terms of powering it, what are we talking about here in Malaysia? Gas-powered, coal-powered, or what? I mean, I don't think nuclear is part of the conversation there yet.
Not in our regions.
Yeah.
So, look, I would respectfully say that infrastructure can be a very successful sector from an investment perspective, and we've been doing it for over 20 years across the world's growth markets. And the need for power and the need for data centers and other digital infrastructure is so large that it's impossible for the governments to fund all of that infrastructure needs. So they absolutely rely increasingly on private capital. I'm just thinking about the Philippines, where they've changed the regulation to make it much easier for foreign investors to invest into actually a very well-regulated long-term sector. And we are now building the world's largest integrated solar and battery project in the Philippines. And back to Malaysia, when you're buying electricity, that's basically part of our investment thesis. Is today many data centers you do just have to buy the power from the grid. So the importance is the regulatory framework generally and how the power generation mix is evolving in that country. But in addition to that, many countries are now allowing off-takers to contract directly to purchase renewable energy to power your project. So the focus of us and of data center operators and owners is to acquire green energy as much as possible. Sometimes it can be on-site, sometimes it can be adjacent to the site, sometimes you can contract directly even if it's another part of the country. So that is a fundamental part of the investment thesis around digital infrastructure.